Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Meredith's apartment in the living room, Meredith's on her couch, scrolling on her iPad, looking at Samuel and Rachel's wedding shooting, and is thinking, if only were that to happen. No, I can't think like that. Corey will come to his senses and realize he belongs with me in the end. Hey, and his hunter came in and sat by the couch while Meredith, who saw him, and as she turned her iPad off. I woke up and didn't see you there. I figured you could use some rest for school tomorrow. That's the thing. I'm not going to school. Meanwhile, in Allison and Corey's apartment, Allison came in, and as she closed the door and headed to the kitchen towards her cabinet and opened it, and got a cup and closed the cabinet, and went towards her wine cabinet and opened it, and got a bottle of wine and closed her wine cabinet, and as she went to the table and put the cup and bottle down, and as she opened the bottle and poured herself a glass of wine, and as she put the bottle down, and as she began to take a sip. And as Allison has the flashback back at the church of her and Carol facing Joshua. How did you find out, by the way? I had a vision. Seriously, yes, I believe that's what you heard. Now step off. You two could have warned everyone this, and who would believe in the first place? I wanted to warn everyone. And as the flashback ends with another encounter, this time Carol and Allison facing Nate and Melissa. And you didn't say anything? I don't understand. In fact, how did you know in the first place? I've been having these visions since the accident, and I don't understand at first, but you do realize a lot of innocent people got hurt today. I understand you're trying to cope with these visions. Trust me, my husband has them as well. But the only difference is, he tells me, but you kept your damn mouth shut, and because of that, a person I see as a father got shot. And as the flashback ends, for Corey came to where Allison is, who sensed some wrong with his wife. Are you okay? Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the hallway, Veronica is taking pictures of the closet while Jason and Morgan are talking. I really don't understand. Why would I do? Clearly the shooting was a smokescreen, so nobody suspects that either way, we have a murder on our hands. Well, according to the victim's ID, it reads Bobby Winterthorn. He was attacked with this, and as Morgan showed Jason the bag that has the weapon that is revealed to be a tire iron. It looks as though we have a long list of suspects here. Okay, we have to figure out if this guy has any enemies. Are you saying that this was intentional? More than you know. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting room on the first floor, Adam's on his iPhone calling Melissa, but got her voicemail. Hey, I'm not available at this time. If you just leave your name and message, I'll get back to you. Beep! Hey Melissa, it's me. I hope you're okay. I figured you'd come to hospital. If you get this, please call me back. I'm really worried about you. And as Adam hung up, just as Julie came to where he is, and he turned and saw his mom. What's going on? Is everything alright with your wife? I don't know where she is. She's here somewhere, that I know. Meanwhile, in the empty patient room, a few doors down the hall, Melissa and Nick are asleep in bed, fully clothed. And as Melissa slowly began to awake, and as she turned and saw Nate, who's also asleep, who also woken, and saw her there. How are you feeling? I need my husband with me. And as they both sat up and faced each other, he's probably worried about you. Yeah, I guess you're right. Thing is, I'm not quite ready to see him yet. Why not? Adam's going through a lot, with Tracy being his stepmother and all. What? How can that be? Ben had an affair with Julie, and Tracy found out, and we all know what happened next. Is that the reason why she forced you and Adam to getting married? Meanwhile, outside Chelsea's room, Tracy's watching Joshua talk to her daughter. I met Joshua. I never knew how much you loved my daughter. And as Tracy's iPhone rings, and she got it and saw it's Elijah, and answered, talk to me. Really? Very interesting. Who knew how deadly that family can really be? Thank you, Elijah. This will be quite useful to me. And as Tracy hung up, well, it seems trouble has finally caught up with them Edgewoods. You just don't stop, do you? And as Tracy turned and saw Lucy there. Good to see you too, Lucy. Whatever game you're playing, it will end. Thank God we both agree on something, because it will end sooner than you fools realize. Excuse me. And as Tracy turned and walked away. Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Jeff's lying in bed till Vanessa came in and closed the door and went to where he is, just as he awoken to see her. Do I know you? Well, I'll certainly hope so. And is she leaning in and is to begin kissing each other. And pull back. Where am I? There was a shooting at the church and you saved me from being hurt. Meanwhile, in the waiting room on the second floor, Annie, Sash, and Gwen are asleep on the couch. So June came to where they are and saw what's going on. And as Sash and Gwen and Mary woke up and saw June. Are you all feeling relaxed? Do I need to fetch some pillows so the three of you feel at home? Seriously, are you for real? Be grateful I'm being nice here. Now, all I can say right now is Jacob is stable. And as Sasha, Gwen, and Mary got up and faced June, what exactly does that mean? That's information I can't tell you. Then perhaps you can tell us the better bedside manner. And as the woman and the man came to where they are, and Annie, Sasha, and Gwen saw along with June. Meanwhile, at the Driving Park Ridge Manor in Barbara and Peter's room, Barbara's lying in bed thinking about the dream she just had. And as she got up and reached and got her iPhone and began texting Victoria and Molly. Just as Peter came in for a cup of tea and brought it to where Barbara is, just as she put the phone down and got the cup of tea. Thank you. And as Peter went and sat next to his wife. Sorry about earlier. You had a nightmare. One of you wanted to tell me. Yeah, I do. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Meredith's apartment in the living room, Meredith and Hunter are talking. It's your last day in school before the holidays, exactly. Which is a waste when I'd rather spend it with you. Thank you for getting me invited to the convention, by the way. Just don't tell my mom. Oh, I wouldn't dream it. What? Nothing. Look, it's quite clear how you feel about my mom. Just leave her alone. I will. Why don't we go back and have a little Netflix and chill? Okay. And as they got up and head to the back, but Meredith's iPhone rings. Can you give me a minute? And as Hunter continued to head back to their room, while Meredith went to her iPhone. And the phone stopped ringing, but it beeps, and she got it and saw the text saying, I can help you reunite with the man you love. Meanwhile, at Corey and Allison's apartment in the kitchen, Allison and Corey are talking. I'm fine. Sorry if I wake you up. What happened? Nothing. I just really had a long day at the studio. Yeah, you told me about that. But I'm getting there's something else, and it had to do with the wedding shooting. Come on, Allison, I'm your husband, and I know you very well. It's really complicated explaining this. And as Allison headed to the living room and sat on the couch with Corey coming in and sitting next to her, and she saw him. Charming. How bad could it be? Fine. You're bound to know in the end before you start hearing rumors. My mom has this thing called premonitions. You mean having visions of the future? Yeah. She saw exactly what's gonna happen, and I stopped her from saying anything to anyone. Meanwhile, outside the Grand Baptist Church by Jason's car, Morgan and Jason are looking at the list of guests. Wow, this is a lot of people to ask. Not quite, you see. All you gotta do is separate the person who want him dead, which might be this group here. They look like high school students. Yeah, they are. From what I heard, most of them at hospital, which is exactly where I'm going. Stay here and get any statements to anyone still here. Got it. And as Jason went and got in his car and drove off. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the dining hall, Tracy's looking at her iPhone. And as she's thinking, soon, I'll get the confirmation I need to know if my plan worked. Too bad my husband can't stop me at all. What the hell are you doing here, Mom? And as Tracy turned and saw Holding, who came to where she is. Are you here to look at the aftermath of what you've done? Let's save it. Have you done enough damage? Just go already. Sorry, I don't answer to you. And by the way, you signed a contract at Edgewood Records. I'm gonna say this once. If I find out that you're the reason that Samuel's in hospital or cause any more damage, I will make it my mission to take you down. Meanwhile, in the waiting room on the first floor, Julie and Adam are talking. Mom, how can you say that? Do you have the ability, I don't know, to have a premonition about my wife's location and where she is? No, I don't. Thing is, she's worried about Samuel's condition. It's really hitting because that's why I need to be there for her. And you will. I promise, look, I need to find her. Just wait, really, Mom? You want me to sit here and twirl my thumbs? I just want you to be calm. I will be, Mom, when my wife's standing right beside me. Meanwhile, Shorty overheard the conversation around the corner, and as he turned and went down the hall, and saw Vanessa walking, and went to where she is, and she saw him. Vanessa, have you seen Melissa? No, I just saw her and Nate talking to Alice and Carol at church. Anyways, no, it's all good. And as Vanessa walked away, just as Alice came to where Shorty is, and he saw her. What's going on? Melissa, nobody knows where she is. Isn't she with her husband? No, and I'm really starting to worry. Meanwhile, in the empty patient room, Nate and Melissa are lying in bed fully clothed. Let me put it this way. When you give someone keys to the throne, power clearly goes to the head. You mean Tracy having a lot of money out of their children, mainly Holdy and Chelsea for the matter? Bingo. And now she's holding a grudge because Ben and Julie's affair that sired my husband. Wow, that does sound messy, but overall, why would you try to kill Samuel? Another tactic to keep me in line. It just feels too real. I know what you mean. Not too long ago, both of us has lost our parents. But thanks to friends like Sheldon, Vanessa, Rachel, and Samuel has welcomed us with open arms. And I just can't fathom the thought, hey, not gonna happen. He will pull through in the end. Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Jeff's lying in bed, and as Vanessa went and lay beside him. You look familiar. Are you certain we have met before? I'm sure you have. You see, there's this girl who's been worried sick about her boyfriend who's in hospital, wondering if he's gonna be okay. Tell her I'm doing fine now that my girlfriend's here. And as they continue kissing each other and pull back, I really miss you. I do too. You know, you remember when we first met when I moved here? And I'm not talking about the pub. How can I forget? And as they have a flashback at the Graham High School, and as Vanessa head towards her locker carrying a lot of books, but accidentally dropped one of them, and as someone came and got the book and got up and gave it to Vanessa. I'm sorry, I believe this is yours. Thank you. Are you new here? Because I haven't seen you before at all. Meanwhile, back at the Los Angeles International Hospital, Lucy's walking down the hall, and as she went past the chapel room and stopped, and went back in the chapel room and saw Rachel there, and head towards she and Carly S, and they both saw her. I own up. I don't know. I never thought that this would ever happen. Mom, if that family's really here, they're gonna pay if they did this. And as Victoria and Thomas came in the room and went to where Rachel, Carly, and Lucy is, and they saw them. Any updates to you, Father? No. Look, we cannot let this bring us down. My husband's a strong person and he's fighting to get back to us as we speak. Mom, you're not alone with this. If there's anything you need, just ask. Thank you. Victoria and as Molly came in the room, and as Lucy, Rachel, Carly, Victoria, and Thomas saw her, and as Carly went to where Molly is. Now it's definitely not say that, Carly. I'm not here for your brother. I'm here for my sister. What is she talking about? She can explain later. Look, we need it at the house right now. Our parents are calling for us. I have a car waiting outside. Look, I can explain later. Please excuse us. And as Victoria got up and left with Molly. Meanwhile, on the second floor waiting room, June, Sasha, Gwen, and Annie are surprised by the couple's arrival. I'm sorry, who you two might be? My name is James, and this is my wife, Lisa Brewster, as in Jacob's parents, and we can hope we can get some hospitality other than the fact that you've been really treating my son's friends. Gwen, you mind we? Sure. And as Gwen and Sasha went to the other side, while Mary also turned and walked away, while June, Lisa, and James continued talking. You're right. I apologize for my behavior. It was very unprofessional of me to behave like that. Now, if there's anything you can tell us how our son's doing. I'm not gonna lie to you, Lisa, but the fact of the matter is, your son is very lucky to be alive. What does that mean? We managed to flush all the toxin out of your son's body, but he's not out of the woods. Not yet. Wait, what do you mean toxic? Are you talking about drugs? Right. It appears your son must have been drugged. That's impossible. How can that be? Why don't you ask her in her midst? I'm asking you, damn it, James, calm down. I'm not gonna calm down. Will this daughter continue playing her games other than giving the information we need about our son? Meanwhile, on the other side, Sasha and Gwen continue talking. How's things with you? There. Oh my god, your house, look at no need. I've already taken liberty to make certain my mom or my dad won't find out that I partied there. How? Well, let's just say a few friends of mine owe me a favor that I decided to cash on. Nice. How are you? Are you still contemplating about Adam? I don't give a damn that he's married to Melissa. Either way, I know he loves me. Melissa and Adam exchanged vows to each other on Halloween, and I'm pretty certain they have no plans to end it. I know they were blackmailed into marriage. The question is, who was the person that forced them? Meanwhile, in Jacob's room, Jacob's lying unconscious till Mary came in, and as she closed the door and went to where Jacob is, who's still unconscious, and got a chair and sat next to the bed, and as she looked at Jacob. Meanwhile, at the Dryden Park Ridge Manor and Barbara and Peter's bedroom, Barbara and Peter are talking. Look, you know how I must, but not right now. I want to wait till our daughters are stalling. Come on, whatever it is, I know we'll get through this in the end. The thing is, our son came back. We don't have a son. Seriously, Peter? You know damn well what I'm talking about. You mean the one we gave up? Yes. He was in my dream, and he returned and exposed us to our daughters of us abandoning him, and they weren't too happy for the matter, honey. We're already in deep since we told our older daughter Victoria that Kyle died. Well, ever since I had that dream, I've been getting the feeling of his presence. What do you mean? I know it's strange, but that dream made me think that he's returned to town for the matter, and if so, we might want to prepare ourselves. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment, and his movers put his stuff in the new flat. Soon, Kyle came in, and he's looking forward to moving in his new place. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Meredith's apartment, Meredith's perplexed by the text she sees on her iPhone. And she responds, "What do you mean?" And as she sent it. And soon it responds by saying, "I know how much you hate Allison, taking what should be rightly yours, Corey." And as she responds back saying, "It's too late." And as she put the iPhone down and went to her room, but it beep again, caused her to return and check the phone, and a text saying, "What if Allison can be taken care of so she can never stand in your way again?" Meanwhile, in Meredith's room, Hunter's lying in bed checking his message on his iPhone. Meanwhile, in Allison and Corey's apartment in the living room, Allison and Corey are talking. "I'm sure you had good reason." "Thank you. That is the reason to why I married you. I didn't want all the chaos and matters to follow suit." I take that everyone was enthralled by it. I was first confronted by Joshua, and then Melissa and Nate till my dad stepped in. "I'm so sorry." It's fine. You were spending time for our son, and I would have been fine regardless, but still, with all that happening, yeah. Right now, I really want to be on my honeymoon and relax. Lucky for you, we have the entire block to ourselves. Hunter's staying with a friend. Did I mention how much I love you right now? That you did. And as Corey leaned over and began kissing Allison, and as they continued to make out, and as Allison lay on the sofa with Corey getting on top of her, making out. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the hallway, Yolanda and Cole are giving Morgan their statement. To sum it up, that family has a history of bad happening wherever the hell they go, and unfortunately, more people got hurt because of it. We're just glad that bastards were put down, you and me both. Now, I understand you used to be involved with us. Now I'm happily to this guy right here. Do you two know Bobby at all? During the shooting, he was butchered, and as Morgan showed him the picture of Bobby, and Cole and Yolanda surprised Bob. Wow, that's horrible. I mean, yeah, I know. That's why we're getting to the bottom of the matter, and as Morgan got the picture back. Now, if you happen to have any more information, give me a call. Here's my card, and as Morgan gave Cole her card. If you have any more questions for the matter, excuse me, and as Morgan turned and walked away, and as Cole and Yolanda began talking. I cannot believe it. Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm glad to be away from them Edgewoods. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the dining hall, Tracy and Holden are talking. Such drama when it doesn't happen. I'm not joking, Mom. Well, let me be the first to tell you this. As much I want to take credit, I didn't shoot Sammy for the matter. Of course you wouldn't. You would never do your own dirty work. I didn't order that hit. Well, seems your wife's family, who's running from whatever they have, is finally catching up with them. Besides, I have other things to do. Then maybe you can tell me what the hell my father really is. I already told you, he was murdered. Yeah, you keep saying that. The only thing is, I don't fight for 1 damn second. Plus, there was some funeral for the matter. That's because it's too damn painful, Holton. Saying goodbye to the person I loved for a very long time. Meanwhile, Jason's on his iPhone, walking down the hall, talking to his wife. Hey, I think I might be late. Yeah, I got another case I'm working on. Yeah, just leave it in the microwave, I'll warm it up. I'm fine. I'll see you when I get home. I love you too. And as Jason hung up and went past Jeff's room, while Jeff and Vanessa are still having a flashback at the Graham High School in the hallway. Tell me something. Is that the first line you used to get me? I was hoping so. I'm Jeff Knight still. Vanessa Edgewood. And as Vanessa opened her locker and put her stuff in there. You know what? I can show you around if you want. And as Vanessa turned to look at Jeff. He seemed genuine and cute. And I'm still adjusting to what happened with family, which I'm certain you heard by now. And as Vanessa closed her locker, we all have problems. That's what makes the difference is the whole world knows about my family drama. And it's a flashback and you look like you're trying to cope with the media scandal Holden caused by kissing one of my sisters and sleeping with the others. Meanwhile, in the waiting room, Julie and Adam are talking. Wherever Melissa might be, that's just it. Nobody knows who she is. What about Vanessa, her BFF? I've already called and spoken to her. She has no idea to where she is. She'll be found in the end, I promise you. You know what? It's not like her to disappear off the face of the planet without leaving me a text or a message, and I'm telling you, something very dodgy's going on. Really? Like you're still convinced the world's gonna end next. Mom, I'm being serious. She could be in grave danger by who? My soon-to-be ex-husband's mistress? Not even she's that damn clever. You never know. I mean, she did arrange and blackmail us until marriage. Who knows what she'll do next? Meanwhile, in the empty patient room, Melissa and Nate are talking. Thank you for that. This must have really hit close to home to you as well. Yeah, even though what happened to my parents was accidental, I still wonder, wait, you think someone purposely derailed the train that killed your parents? I really don't know what to think. Well, like you said before, Samuel will pull through. He just have to. I just feel so damn helpless when it's you all by being here, and that's all what Samuel needs for him to come back. We understand each other a lot, and I like that. Me too. Honestly, being with you lately has never felt so right. I feel the same way. And as Melissa leaned on Nate's shoulder, and as she looked up at him, and he did the same thing at her, and as they slowly began to lean and begin kissing each other. Meanwhile, in the chapel, Rachel, Carly, and Thomas are talking. How did I not see what just happened? Molly and Victoria? Yes, but I'm getting the hunch that you might have known. Actually, I didn't. Till now, which makes me wonder what other secrets my girlfriend's been keeping from me. Hey, don't read into it. I'm pretty certain she had her own reasons thinking with Molly being in the spotlight with your brother. I would never just, and I know you won't. I think we should just let things be and move forward, like focus on your father's recovery back to us. Speaking of which, Carly, I need to talk to you later. There you all are. And as Jordan came in, and as Rachel, Carly, and Thomas got up, just as Jordan came to the arm. What's going on? Is my husband gonna be alright? And as Jordan and Alice came and saw what's going on. Meanwhile, in the waiting room on the second floor, June, Lisa, and James are talking. Sir, I understand how frustrating this is. Really? Which bottom line, is Jacob gonna make it, yes or no? Yes, he will prevail. Who's in charge here? That would be me, and I'm really trying to serve. My husband's just worried about our son. You can go see him, by the way. I have the nurse walk you down when you're ready. Anyways, I'll check up on you later. Excuse me. And as June turned and walked away, just as Sasha and Gwen came to where James and Lisa is, and they saw them. Is he gonna pull through? Yeah, he is. We're gonna visit our son. Please excuse us. And as Lisa and James turned and walked away with the nurse who was waiting, and as Sasha turned and faced Gwen. I've never seen what I just saw. Parents are like that. Well, I'm staying with my grandma, seeing that my parents moved to Connecticut. Meanwhile, in Jacob's room, Jacob still lying unconscious with Mary by his bedside. How the hell did this happen? And why? All I know is Once I find the bastard who did this to you, mark my words, he or she is gonna wish they didn't exist when I'm done with them. And as nurse came in, were Jacob's parents, who saw her, and as Mary saw them, and as she got up and went where they are. I am so glad you heard from my son, seeing that you're his girlfriend. Thank you. How's he doing? So far, no movement. Anyways, I'll let you two have some time with your son. Thank you, Mary. And as Mary went and left the room, along with the nurse, who closed the door. Meanwhile, at the Dryden Park Ridge Manor in the living room, Barbara came in, with Peter behind her. And as she stopped and turned and faced her husband, just as he came to where she is. Honey, are you certain? Don't undermine me. I know what I felt. Okay, that is why I want to tell the kids. Give them some time to prepare. Let me make a call. No, we're doing this together as a family. Very well. And as Molly and Victoria came in, and Barbara and Peter saw them. Mom, Dad, oh girls, I am so glad to have you both here. We got your text. It sounded very urgent. Actually, it's his. Why don't you two take a seat? And as Victoria and Molly went and sat on the couch, and as Barbara and Peter went and sat across from them. Wow, this sounds serious. As a matter of fact, it is. What's going on? Brace yourselves. Your father and I have some news that's gonna shock you two to your core. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Kyle's new flat in the living room, Kyle's on his tablet looking at the old article about the family who won the lottery, who was on the verge of filing bankruptcy. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Meredith's apartment in the kitchen, Meredith's looking on her iPhone at the text message she got. This is so weird. And as her iPhone beeps again, and she got it and saw the text saying, so, do we have a deal or not? Do you want Allison to be taken care of so you can be with Corey once and for all? Meredith, you okay? And as Meredith turned and saw Hunter coming from the back to where she is. Yeah, I was just texting my mom, wishing her happy holidays. Oh, that's nice. And as Hunter arrived to where Meredith is. So, you coming or not? Yeah, I'll be there. Give me 1 second. And as Meredith turned around and finished texting the iPhone saying yes. And as she put the iPhone in her pocket and turned, and as Hunter and Meredith began kissing each other passionately. And as they pulled back, why don't we go and make love? And as Hunter and Meredith head back to Meredith's room. Meanwhile, in Corey and Allison's apartment in the living room, Allison and Corey are lying down in their couch, basking after their lovemaking. Damn, why didn't we do this before? We have a lot to deal with. You know, so let's focus on us and our family, and we go from there. Sounds good to me. Look, I want to say, despite what, Corey, it's okay. Meredith's no longer gonna be a problem for us since she saw us getting married, meaning she won't cause no more drama. I'm glad I married you. The thing is, Corey, well, I know we just got our son back, but what is it? It's not enough. So basically, you're saying, I think it's time you and I make another baby. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the courtyard, Yolanda and Cole are talking. Hey, I meant when I said, hey, I trust you, okay? We're gonna build a great family. Thank you, and thanks to Stephanie, we can start soon. Say, how about we go home? Yes. Truthfully, I had enough excitement for one lifetime. First things first, and as we begin kissing each other. Meanwhile, in the hallway, the officers are talking to Morgan. These are the remaining statements from the people who were here. Thank you, officer. But I think it's quite clear I have to find this killer. Well, when you do, they're looking at a long time in prison. Yes, perhaps even more. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the dining hall, Tracy and Holden are talking. Mom, will you stop with the waterworks already? You're not the only one in pain. He was my dad, Chelsea, and the rest of my family. I get it. Really, I do. And why are we talking about this now? I have a right to know, and you better damn well believe I'm not gonna stop till I get to the bottom. Alright, fine, you win. I arranged for you and the others to say goodbye to Ben. Don't think I forget if you decide to prolong this. No prolonging. Anyways, I gotta go check on your sister. No, I do that. You just make certain you see our dad again. And as Holden turned and walk away, then is Tracy thinking, you will see him, Holden. But the fact of the matter is, Ben isn't your father. I'm afraid it's Donald. and you would never know that information. Meanwhile, in an unknown location, there's a man lying handcuffed in bed, and the person is revealed to be Ben Grimes. Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Vanessa and Jeff are talking. When I first met you, did you have anyone? Well, I didn't have anyone serious after Chelsea. I mean, me and Summer, we were friends with benefits. I get it. And I'm sorry about that and how it worked out. It's okay. It's really a long story, one I don't want to rehash. It's fine. When I first saw you, I could tell you're not like the others. Not because of the media. I get it. And as the flashback continues, how about I take you out for dinner and we can compare notes? Okay. Thing is, I don't know very much about this town. Then allow me to show you, and as the flashback ends. That you did, and I'm grateful every way. I love you, Jeff. I love you too. And as Vanessa climbs in bed and lay beside Jeff. Meanwhile, in the waiting room, Julie and Adam are talking. Where's my I haven't seen him since. So you really are filing for divorce? Yes, I am. It's about time I let my life far from Donald as possible. What about Gabby and Jeremiah? They're living with his parents down in Houston, which I might consider to go. Mom, you can't leave me, and I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm not done yet. Not by a long shot. Thank goodness Max is working at the diner. Well, he's training Roman, but overall, everything's fine. With Faith there as well. Why don't you see how the diner is? I'll be fine, Mom. Trust me. Okay. I'm just a text or phone call away. I know. And as Julie turned and walked away, while Adam went and sat down. Meanwhile, in the empty patient room, Melissa and Nate in bed in a kiss. And as they pull away, and Melissa slapped him. What the hell? You kissed me and you let me, seeing that I'm a married woman and you with Carly. Honestly, I don't know where things Carly and I stand. And as they continue to make out, and as Nate pull off his shirt, and Melissa did the same thing, and as Nate got on top of Melissa, and as Nate began to make passionate love towards Melissa. Meanwhile, in the chapel, Rachel, Carly, Thomas, Alice, and Sheldon are facing Jordan. I need to talk to you alone. I'm not going anywhere. He's my husband and their father, apart from Alice. I want them to know the information. That bullet that was fired went into his head in the back portion to be exact. Luckily, we managed to pull it out without causing any damage. Bottom line is he gonna pull through? I don't want to give hope, but what, Carly? No, Mom. I want to know Dad survived this. He's been placed in a coma to release the deep bleeding that's caused by the bullet. Give it time to heal in place. How long are we looking at? I'm not certain, but I will keep you all posted. By the way, you all can see him one at a time. Thank you, Doctor. Please excuse me. And as Jordan turned and left the chapel room. Meanwhile, on the second floor, Mary came to with Sasha and Gwyneth. And they saw her. How is he? Still has to move. I mean, it is very rare that he passed out. I don't think it was. What do you mean? And as Sasha took her iPhone off and pulled the messages and gave it to Mary. Seriously? Who would do this? And as Sasha got her iPhone back, somebody who might have it in for us. For what? Maybe Andrew might know. I mean, there are mates. Whatever the reason is, we need to be careful here. Look, I'm gonna head home, but I see you all in school. We only have a couple days till winter break, so why not come next year? My mom wants me to go there beforehand. Anyways, I see you all later. Let me know how he's doing. And as Gwen turned and walked away. And as Sasha and Mary continued to talk. You know what? I gotta go do something. Actually, you're not. You all aren't going anywhere. And as Jason returned with Gwen in tow. Meanwhile, in Jacob's room, Lisa and James are by Jacob's bedside, while Jacob's still recovering from the drugs while still passed out. How did this happen? I wish I knew. Andrew told me he was passed out at the party. Our son would never do drugs, of course not. And if I find the son of a bitch who did this, let's worry about our son coming out of this. And as they heard Jacob making the noise, and as they turned and saw Jacob, who began waking up. Jacob! Mom. Dad. Where am I? You're in hospital, but not to worry. You're gonna be fine. Meanwhile, at the Dryden Park Ridge Manor in the living room, Barbara, Peter, Victoria, and Molly are talking. Wow, this does sound serious. Yeah, it is. What is it? You remember a long time ago when I told you what happened to Kyle when you were little? Yes, you told me he didn't make it. I wasn't even aware that we had a brother. We wanted to wait till you're old enough and mature to take this. There must be a reason to why he's saying this now. Yeah, there is. You see, Kyle is, how should I say it? Kyle's much alive and well. Where is he and how long you two known? Let's not, it's a bit too late for that. There must be a reason Kyle was adopted because we couldn't take care of him and you at the same time. And then we won the lottery and soon had you, Molly. Look, I know it's a lot to take in, but at least you two know the truth. I think I know the reason to why you two decided to tell us. He's here, isn't he? Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Kyle's apartment in the living room, Kyle's on his iPad reading on the family who won the lottery. I don't understand. This doesn't make sense. Why would mom and dad, who's about to file bankruptcy, gave me up and then won the lottery? I don't get it. Why didn't he get me back? Unless they must have forgotten about me. Well, they're in for a rude awakening if they think they're gonna get away for what they've done. On the next Natural Dreams Hidden Secrets. So you're saying none of you knew Bobby? Actually, I do, seeing that I'm his twin. Wait, are you saying? There's no saying. I'm having your baby. What do you plan to do? I'm planning to reclaim what should be rightfully mine. You two are unbelievable. You know that?